The question also I get often is like, why would they accept to be on my podcast if I have zero podcasts? Well, it's the same question in the 0 to 1 field in startups, right? How do I get my startup off the ground if I don't have money, if I don't have clients? It's like the chicken and egg problem. And the response to that very simple question is not philosophical, it's not rocket science. It is to fucking start, right? You will send out emails, and some people will be crazy enough to accept a podcast. And guess what? They just want to have a first podcast experience. You will create content for them for free, and they can take that content, they can feed it to an AI to cut it themselves. There's no AI that will interview them as of now and create that content for them. There's no like clear solution. So the podcast way is still the best way to go forward. Now, you may ask, why would I spend time building a podcast? I'm not a podcaster, right? Like that's not me. I don't like my voice. I don't like. I'm like introverted. Well, guess what? I'm all of that too. You know, like I am introverted. I didn't like the sound of my voice when I started in sales. I thought most podcasters were losers, except a couple at the top, like GLD, Andrew Warner, Joe Rogan, and so forth. But that quickly changed once I discovered that question asking is the number one skill in our times. It's even hard for an AI to ask great questions, right? Like great follow-up questions and so forth, although they're getting pretty good at it. By the way, if you don't know what question to ask, you can just feed the profile of your guest to GPT, and GPT will come back with 10 fancy questions. The better your prompt, the better the question. And yeah, I discovered I could generate at least 30 podcasts per month. In my case, nowadays it's like 100, and close 10% a month, right? So this quickly became like, I feel stupid behind the mic, and this is silly. I have like 3 subscribers on my YouTube channel, which is where I post my podcast, by the way. To holy shit, that's 80% of my clients are coming from that funnel. It's pretty like it's no nonsense approach, right?